Set and ready to go at Colonial Life Arena. The opening tip controlled by LSU.
South Carolina is starting out in a man-to-man as Anissa Morrow scores. You will see a heavy dose of that when you watch LSU play. Wing, pick and roll, they executed it beautifully there.
Morrow has played in 123 career games, 92 double-doubles. Over 70% of her starts have ended in a double-double. Remarkable numbers. Started her career at DePaul. Gamecocks first touch. That's a three from the corner for Bree Hall.
South Carolina at their best when they share the basketball. Fagan, outstanding job, being patient and then finding her teammate open in the corner.
Williams off the mark, tapped out. It'll stay on this end. So the starting five for the Tigers. Coming in at 20-0 for South Carolina. 18-1, the lone loss at UCLA. Pow Johnson, Hall, Kitts, and Fagan for head coach Dawn Staley. Great look on the inbounds play. Samaya Smith.
Miscommunication by South Carolina defensively, whether they were going to stay or switch. Really good look inside for LSU.
Gamecocks back to work. Raven Johnson to the top of the key. Chloe Kitts, the spin, and the finish.
South Carolina likes to run that little set to get Chloe Kitts the basketball on the left elbow so that she can drive to her strong right hand. Tough finish.
Seconds in, the atmosphere incredible in Columbia. Day Wilson, stolen. For the steal by Johnson. Gamecocks back to work. Mid-range is there. Fagan connects. Her game has been elevated after the injury to Ashlyn Watkins 5 games ago. Flage, too strong. Kitts standing out of bounds. It'll stay with LSU. Dawn Staley, year number 17, a remarkable job here in Columbia, building this program, branding this program, and, oh, by the way, the 3 national championships. She was energized in our conversation earlier today. Awaiting LSU, talked about this building rivalry. She has not lost to LSU, with Kim Mulkey taking over in Baton Rouge in 4 previous attempts. Williams, mid-range is there, 7-6.
Talk about her mid-range. Michaela Williams is so good on the mid-range, and she came off the screen, just had a little bit of space. That's all she needs.
Fagan has it stolen away by Johnson. Flage on the move, lays it up and in. LSU in front.
Really tough finish by Flage Johnson, because that was really good defense by Bree Hall, staying between her and the bucket.
Well, she's been so much fun to watch this season. It's picked up by Morrow. Fagan back to work. Rolls it in.
We've seen a little bit of a lot that Sanaya Fagan can do. We saw the assist with a nice pass to the corner. We saw the mid-range shot go down, and there a nice post move as well.
Gamecocks haven't missed a shot. A hot start, 4 for 4 LSU, 4 for 6. Day Wilson thought about it. And now launching. That's a 3. Tremendous pace and offensive efficiency to start. All 5 starters for the Tigers have already scored. Pow. In and out. First miss by Carolina. Here comes Day Wilson. Past the double team. Williams the step back. And from downtown LSU, another triple. It's 14-9.
That last possession, South Carolina was icing that wing ball screen, and Day Wilson navigated the baseline well, made a pass. Teammates made an extra pass to get Williams the look.
5-point lead for the visitors from Baton Rouge. Postponed to get here because of the snowstorm. Some 6 inches of snow down near the Gulf Coast. Pow off the mark, hits the offensive glass. She'll get it back and tapped out. Stay with South Carolina. Kim Mulkey, the head coach for the Tigers. She's got her team ready to go. 4-time national champion as a head coach, 3 at Baylor, 1 in the SEC with the Tigers. Malaysia Fulwiley checks in for the first time. A wide open path. An easy 2.
Kim Mulkey talked to us earlier today about what a difference maker Malaysia Fulwiley has been in the last 2 meetings with South Carolina.
Morrow no good, and finally the 3rd time's a charm.
LSU has been all over the offensive glass here.
Fulwiley. Williams tracks it down and turns it over. Well, it's a budding rivalry between LSU and South Carolina. The lead is 5 for the 5th-ranked Tigers. We'll take you back in time coming up. Remember what happened in Greenville, just right up the road to the SEC Tournament Championship. We'll reflect up next.
First meeting since that heated game, and is this a rivalry? Both coaches said it is. Kim Mulkey said it might not be a rivalry in the best sense, but it is good basketball. Don Staley saying that this is some of the most important games of the year because it lets them know where they stand and how they'll do. Kim Mulkey saying this is big girl basketball, so put on your big girl you-know-whats. And Flagey telling me, I know we got a bunch of dogs on our team, but so do they. They know this is going to be competitive and big girl basketball.
Can we not say panties? Can we not
Sure.
say?
I was too scared to say it, Rebecca.
I think you just did say it. So we're there. Floater by Pow is as well.
And that's the area that where her game really has grown, is her ability to get in the paint, especially hitting that floater.
Don Staley telling us today, too, this game's so big, not only because it's a rivalry because it means something in this conference. It means something in terms of the NCAA tournament as well. The importance of it cannot be stated enough. Morrow on the move.
Anissa Morrow has had a really solid start to this game. A couple offensive rebounds already. There she just beasts her way inside. It's remarkable what she accomplishes in the paint at her size. Listed at 6'1".
Pow covered up by Flagey. Step back 3. Batted around, finally claimed by Day Wilson. Inside to Smith. Outstanding defense. And Flagey on the putback.
LSU is #1 in the country this year in offensive rebound rate, getting 45% of their misses. And this is a game you question, can they get to the offensive glass against the size of South Carolina they have so far?
Yeah, South Carolina without a defensive rebound. Gamecocks go back to work 7 minutes in, trailing by 7 at home. And here's another steal. And ahead to Day Wilson. Fastball sails out of bounds.
You heard Holly Rowe in the open talk about Anissa Morrow and her work ethic, and she just attacks Edwards. Shot blocker comes over as well, able to finish, and then Samaya Smith with the miss. Flagey right there. That's a tough finish with a little righty hook.
Going back to Morrow for a moment. Is it born in somebody like that that's able to rebound the basketball at such a high level? Or is it learned? Is it a combination of both? Because she is only 6'1", but she leads American rebounding again this season.
I think it's a combination of both, but probably more nature than nurture.
Good look inside. And the bucket for Joyce Edwards. Well, the crowd here inside the arena, fantastic for a 5 o'clock start Eastern time on a Friday afternoon. It is a capacity look. They have been loud and proud to start. Fulwiley kicks. Bottled up, triple team, and she lost it. Flage ahead of the back.
Those 50-50 balls are going to be so important. Anytime there's going to be a scrum, which team can come up with a few extra possessions in this game?
Both teams with 3 turnovers to start. LSU now rebounding South Carolina 8-4. Baseline jumper, Tessa Johnson.
LSU plays drop coverage on ball screens. When you play drop coverage, the mid-range shot is going to be there. We just saw that from Tessa Johnson.
It's the lost art in college basketball, the mid-range game. Day Wilson too strong. Pitts has it stolen away by Morrow. Anissa Morrow with a giant step in traffic. Will stay with the Tigers.
Wing pick and roll on the left side for South Carolina, and the guarding Edwards is going to drop coverage. And so when the guard comes off, there's no one there to prevent that mid-range jumper, and Johnson hits it beautifully.
And a foul. Wolfenbarger tried to turn the corner off the screen, and Joyce Edwards will pick up her first foul. That is the first foul of this game. Clean start for both sides. And Williams off the back iron. Gamecocks just 4 for their last 10. And for the hot start, Chloe Pitts the pump fake. Over Morrow. Edwards inside. And she will shoot 2. Wolfenbarger picks up her first team foul.
One thing you know when these two teams meet is you better get a body on somebody when a shot goes up, because they both have terrific offensive rebounders.
58% free throw shooter for Jersey Wolfenbarger. Veteran officiating crew this game today: Joseph Vasily, Katie Lukanich, and Brian Garland. Couple of free throws, 1 possession game here at the end of the first. Williams off the screen, and the skip pass, nobody's home. Kaylin Gilbert had just checked in, and she was near the top of the key, and that'll be the 4th turnover for LSU. Now, Gilbert has been a spark off the bench for head coach Kim Mulkey this season. A couple of game-winning buckets, including most recently against Tennessee. Left hand, no less. Nicely done for Fagan.
Once again, really good patience. No help is coming when the posts for South Carolina catch inside.
This crowd on its feet, a 1-point game. Here's Gilbert. The hesitation off the side of the backboard. Over to Morrow. And the first quarter comes to a close. The Gamecocks end on a 6-0 run, and the lead is won for the visitors from Baton Rouge 10 minutes in. Now coming up next, you will hear from the head coach of the Tigers. Kim Mulkey checks in with Holly Rowe here in Columbia.
And the pick and roll on ball screen when you go against LSU.
Rebecca Lobo, Roy Philpott, Holly Rowe back in Columbia. 10 minutes in. Dawn Staley, Kim Mulkey. The Stars are out tonight. What a start in the Midlands. 22-21, and both teams shooting at a 50% clip or higher to begin.
Stars are out, and you're not even talking about Coach Mulkey's jacket.
Pretty impressive. We were wondering, what would the look be today? Full Wiley, no. And it pops back out to Raven Johnson from 15. Fagan inside, cleans it up.
I am such a huge fan of Sanaya Fagan. I think she is a terrific, terrific player who's going to be really good at the next level as well.
8-0 run for the Gamecocks. Morrow. Wiley swinging around. Tessa Johnson in and out. Wolfenbarger clears. Flage. Last year, Poa on the floor for the first time to begin our second quarter for the Tigers, and here's Gilbert. Poa from downtown. And it's out of bounds.
Well, Sanaya Fagan leading the team in scoring. She has been remarkable this season. Starting every game, she is finally finding her rhythm. I asked her why. She said, it's just confidence. I said, what are you confident in? Myself. I know that I can pressure on defense. I can use my voice. Offensively, my mid-range 15 to 17 foot is money. I can get 2 feet in the paint and score. She knows exactly what she brings right now and playing with that level of confidence.
And without Watkins, she has seen that production on the up and up. Off the miss, Flage Johnson throws it up and in and got the bounce.
How does she finish that? She tripped at the very end of her approach to the basket, still able to finish.
Johnson with a back door, and it was kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with South Carolina.
I mean, Flage is so good when she gets out in transition, but watch the end here. She gets her foot caught on the defender, goes down, and somehow still able to finish.
8 points so far for Flage, averaging 20 per game, 5th leading scorer in the SEC so far this season. Gamecocks will get it back. Only lost this season for South Carolina in Westwood at UCLA. Since then, Gamecocks have been dominant in every sense of the word. All of their victories coming by double digits. Timer down to 7. Pow draws the double team and stepped out of bounds.
Good active defense by LSU on that possession. Don Staley probably a little bit frustrated anytime you get a turnover. You don't often see point guards wearing number 50, by the way.
I love the look.
Just an FYI.
It's different, but fantastic. Cheyenne Day Wilson, the Miami transfer. Here's Morrow through 3 defenders and gives it up. Johnson, Wiley somehow corralled it and was fouled on the way up.
The beautiful part of that transition was that Raven Johnson was throwing almost an alley-oop to Malaysia Wiley. We showed in the open how she had one of those in their last game, but came down with it and then got fouled.
The all-time leading scorer in Keenan basketball history, the high school located here in Columbia.
Malaysia's been trying to find a way to get on the court. You know, she doesn't start, and she's been really working hard at that. But in the last 2 weeks, Don Staley told us she's turned a corner. Malaysia told us, I just used to get so sad when I wouldn't get in, but now I understand it's a bigger picture. We talk a lot about what I have to do to get on the court. It's me. I have to take better shots. I watch film and see what I did wrong. After she sat the whole second quarter against Mississippi State, she learned her shot selection had to improve, and it has. That's why she's playing more early today.
How about the effort and the hustle there for Malaysia Wiley?
We talked about it, the 50-50 balls and having active hands. Edwards gets her hand on it. Wiley surrounded by 3 LSU defenders, able to come up with it and get the foul called. And yeah, Holly, she was telling us today, I had to learn the difference between a good shot and a bad shot. It is up to the coach to teach you that.
Wiley tracked down by Bree Hall. And a fresh 20. Hagan tries to go baseline, covered up for a moment, in and out on the reverse. Tigers jumped out to a 7-point lead in the first quarter. An 8-0 run by South Carolina changed that. And LSU gives it back to the Gamecocks here. Turnover number 7. And the defenses have settled in to begin the second quarter. Only meeting between these two in the regular season this year. Wiley gets the bounce, and it just died on the back of the rim. Williams outside to Flage. Drains the triple. Tied at 27.
The beauty of Michaela Williams, she can play the 4 if you need her to inside that possession. She ran the point, got inside the paint, and then delivered beautifully to Johnson.
Rebecca, we've already seen a lot of big shots made in this game. Edwards gets it back second time, and finally the rebound by Morrow. Lisa Morrow, 6 points, 4 boards. Outside to Flage again, a heat check, and it's short. Williams gets it back off the carom. Michaela Williams in traffic and off the glass.
The best part about that play was when she got the basketball, told her teammate with her hand, get out of here.
And Wiley fouled on the way up again. Malaysia finding ways to generate points at the line.
Michaela Williams wants the floor cleared, has the ball, get out of here. I want to go one-on-one. Hall is a very good defender, corrals the ball like a running back, goes in and finishes anyway. She's got brute strength.
Sophomore from Louisiana, preseason second team All-SEC. Nearly 17 points per so far this year. And Wiley back at the line.
By the way, later on in the game, if I do the Michaela Williams to you, it just means I want to talk.
You want to speak? Thank you. I think I understood that the first time around, but I appreciate the clarification. 2 for 2 at the line for Wiley. She'll get a breather. Raven Johnson back on the floor for South Carolina. And 6 points for Malaysia coming off the bench here in our second quarter. Tied at 29. What a start. And it sounds a lot like March in Columbia so far today. Flage, the mid-range. Morrow sandwiched between 2 Gamecocks. Out of bounds, it'll go. It'll stay on this end. The timeout on the floor. We are halfway home in the second quarter. Comeback with us tied at 29 in this SEC showdown. We've gone back and forth since the early stages of that first quarter. Over to Holly with an update from the LSU huddle. Holly?
Well, this was outstanding. Kim Mulkey gets her team over there. She starts to yell at them for the way they're defending Malaysia Wiley. And in the middle of going off, she goes, I get it. She's really hard to defend. She's even admitting how challenging this young woman is, but they need to sink lower and try to cut off some of those lanes she's getting to the basket. Really went over it for a long time of how they can do better. Remember, she told us at shoot-around, Malaysia Wiley has kicked our butts the last 2 times we played them. They're giving her a lot of attention when she gets back out on the court.
Second foul on Joyce Edwards. It was the career-high 24 last year in the SEC Tournament Championship that was a big difference maker for the Gamecocks against the Tigers. Samaya Smith at the line, 71% this season. One more coming. Perfect start for LSU at 20-0, 5-0 in the SEC. Coming off an impressive win against Florida on Sunday down in Gainesville. The snow came into Baton Rouge. This game was supposed to be played yesterday. And travel not possible coming out of Louisiana to allow that game to happen. In a 5 o'clock start here on a Friday. You wouldn't know it by the attendance. It feels like a primetime matchup on a weekend where everybody has showed out. They've been loud and proud so far in Columbia. Gets off the fake. And tied up in traffic. Arrow gives it back to LSU.
We saw kids have success with that, catching at the left elbow, driving right in the first quarter there. LSU defenders there to meet her. Rip, go. Gets by her defender, Smith. Really good job getting her hands on the basketball.
Kaylin Gilbert back on the floor. Off the hesitation again, too strong. The contested layup. Morrow, no. And finally claimed by Bree Hall. Gets out of the double team. She'll get it back on Smith. In the air for a minute. Morrow another board. And Anissa Morrow now with 6 rebounds. Chloe Kitts just 1 for 5 to start. LSU has been physical inside. Rebecca, it's been a physical game so far without a lot of fouling.
I think the officials have done a really good job. Like, I don't think they're letting them play too physically. This is a physical game, and they're not letting it get out of hand, understanding what happened a season ago.
Is that a consideration if you come in to officiate a game like this, knowing what happened last year?
I think it is.
It's gotta be. Flaugier. Good box out by Tessa Johnson. Elbow jumper. 3 on 2 the other way. Outside to Williams and an open look. Smith on the offensive glass. Well, you can tell Gilbert wants it. She'll take it, rejected by Kitts. Johnson rips it away. Timer down to 5. LSU with 12 offensive rebounds to start. Flaugier wants it now.
Great defensive possession by South Carolina. You heard Megan talking about their defense picking up in this quarter.
In and out. Fagan can't believe it. A great bounce pass by Pow Pow. An efficient start offensively in our first quarter. The second quarter, it's been a different story. 8 points apiece. 7.5 minutes in. Gamecocks just 1 for their last 12 from the floor. Here's Pow Pow on Gilbert behind the back. And a 3. Tessa Johnson. Gamecocks back in front. The 11th lead change of the afternoon. And Johnson on the Euro step with the jump stop.
How about Tahina Pow Pow? The previous possession gets caught up a little, driving the wherewithal over her head to get it to Tessa Johnson for the 3. First of all, how did she get it there? Second of all, how did she even know she was there?
And then Johnson to drain the 3 off the sweet dish. She's got 5 points so far for Dawn Staley's team. Under 2 to go in the half. Williams picked up by Fulwiley and contact. There's a foul. Malaysia will plead her case. That's her first.
I can't tell if there's a foul there or that. There was a lot of basketball.
Johnson off the inbounds, off glass. And a foul against LSU. That's going to go on Morrow.
I mean, you had the nerve to mention how few fouls had been called.
Shame on me.
It's all on you.
It's the jinx. 2-point game. The jinx is real, by the way.
It is.
You do have control. Broadcasters do over free throws, consecutive 3-point shots made, things of that sort. Maybe not. Fulwiley size it up for a minute. Not the handles. Comes up short. When Morrow in traffic, it doesn't matter. She finds a way to get to the basketball. Poeta Smith. Morrow. No. Out of bounds and last touch by Fulwiley, who was down on the deck in the process.
Well, she's going to need some more. A rebound is a beautiful thing. If she can even get her fingertips on the basketball, she just slams it into the other hand, isn't able to finish there, but she is relentless on the glass.
Now the strength in the hands, tremendous. She'll keep it alive for a moment, and a foul called under the rim. And that is Morrow's second. So now South Carolina, Rebecca, in the bonus in the final 65 seconds of the half.
Morrow going to the bench with 2. We already saw Joyce Edwards go to the bench with 2.
Well, 6 points to 2 fouls, but 8 boards so far for the leading rebounder in America, Anissa Morrow. And here's Chloe Kitts. One more coming. Don't forget South Carolina, our featured ESPN2 Big Monday matchup. Head up to Knoxville against the Lady Vols, number 2 versus number 17. That's at 7 Eastern. Congratulations to Kim Caldwell. Birth of her child earlier this week. Missed the road trip to Texas yesterday. And Lady Vols on a different trajectory in her first season on Rocky Top.
It's really fun to watch them play. The way they shoot the 3, the way they full court press. It's different from most teams, all teams in the SEC.
Tigers have missed their last 12 shots, make it 13. Williams gets it back. And now Flage off the screen. Pow the rebound. 10-second differential between the clocks. LSU led by a point 10 minutes in, and now South Carolina by 3. Smith claims a rebound. Shot clock is off for the Tigers. Williams says clear out. Picked up by Pow. Off the screen and the hesitation. Stripped away for Wiley. Nearly trained it from half court. A 3-point lead for number 2, South Carolina at halftime over 5th-ranked LSU. And Holly Rowe with Flage Johnson.
Flage, it seems like yesterday, the first time you played in this building, it was a blowout in the first half 2 years ago. You guys are different tonight. How is this? You come in and really set that aggressive tone.
Play with more poise. They're a great team. It's not going to be a blowout. We're a great team. It's going to be a game of run, so we just got to stay poised and composed.
The 50-50 balls, the hustle, the heart, you guys have shown a lot of that here in the first half. What do you think is the key to the second?
We have to. The same thing, just better execution. Our point guard sat out probably about 4 minutes to go. That's crucial for us. She won the show, so we got to stay out of foul trouble.
Thank you so much.
The lead is 3 at halftime, the lowest scoring quarter of this.
Full Wiley, a big part of that as well.
Over to Holly.
Well, guys, Dawn Staley trying to get her team riled up. This place is going crazy in here. You know they have the Enter Sandman, I think they call this. It's just crazy. I don't know what's going on, but Dawn Staley was really trying to focus on getting them to rebound better, take care of the basketball, and really have some composure here to start the second half.
It is a sandstorm brewing in Columbia. The 3-point advantage for number 2, South Carolina. Only loss against UCLA. You heard from Lauren Betts at halftime. Gamecocks have been dominant since then. Their first touch to begin our third quarter. And Johnson, see that rebound tracked down by Chloe Kitts. In and out. LSU claims the board after the miss by Bree Hall. Tigers had a 1-point lead after one. A good start. Michaela Williams, the spin and the finish.
So what do we see from first possession from each team? South Carolina back and forth, side to side. A lot of players get in touch. LSU go right inside to Michaela Williams on the block and let the big girl go to work.
Impressive start for her, and a steal by Morrow. Cheyenne Day Wilson, coast to coast, and blocked out of bounds. Fagan the rejection.
The look on Sanaya Fagan's face after she sends this ball out of bounds. Like, what are you doing, itty bitty, trying to come in here? Gets up, blocks it with her left. A little bit of a scowl as she looks down. Beautiful block by the big girl.
Day Wilson trying to find a player to inbound it to, and it's Williams. Over the shoulder grab. Tahina Paopao on defense. The crossover by Williams. Paopao clears. I mentioned it going out at halftime break. LSU only 8 points in the second quarter. Lowest scoring quarter of the season. After 22 in the first 10 minutes. Both teams defensively starting to clamp down after a hot start on offense. Chloe Kitts found a way.
Great delivery by Raven Johnson on that pick and roll. Defense stayed a beat too long. Kitts rolled and finished.
Kitts has 5. Now Day Wilson. Flage wants to get involved. Scoops it up and in with a finger roll. 13 on the board for Flage. Bree Hall on the other end.
And Anissa Morrow just stepped back and let her go. Did not want to pick up a foul there. Would have been her third.
Morrow with 2. Day Wilson has 2. And inside it will go the other way. Smith with a shove. Gamecocks will run their motion offense in Paopao. Looking for the high ball screen. Lost the handle and saved by Day Wilson right in the corner. Flage, the dump off to Smith. 37-36. 3 minutes into the third.
LSU has certainly had success getting into the paint. 22 of their 36 points have come in the paint.
Paopao with a grin. Backing away from Johnson. A little bit of contact and no whistle. Well, she had the behind-the-head pass. Set up a 3 in the first half. And a push. Raven Johnson had position. And that's going to be the third on Cheyenne Day Wilson.
You heard Flage Johnson in her halftime interview with Holly Rowe talk about the difference in their lineup when Day Wilson went out those last few minutes and they didn't have a point guard on the floor.
Kaylin Gilbert back on the court. We talked to her at shoot-around. 16 in purple for LSU. She caught it the biggest game of her college career. She's got to find a way to get more involved for the Bayou Bengals. Kitts was fouled on the way up. There was a late whistle.
Oh, at first look, I thought Samaya Smith had all basketball. Eager to see the replay as it's coming here. She goes up to contest Kitts. Yeah, I mean, she had the ball, but then also got a lot of her face. That's the good call.
All ball initially, and then the follow-through puts Kitts at the line. Second on Smith. And Chloe Kitts, 2 of 3 at the stripe. 6 points, 5 rebounds. Gamecocks 8 of 9 at the line thus far.
That's an area where South Carolina is much improved from a season ago, is at the free throw line. 69% last year, 77 this season.
Couple of blocks so far for Kitts. Johnson, mid-range. Fagan a rebound. Gamecocks with a little momentum to begin this second half. A great job by Hall to make sure the feet were inbounds, and now Kitts in and out. Morrow, a tough rebound. In traffic, her 10th. And trending and tracking towards that double-double. Day Wilson, no good.
That shot was too quick. I don't think Kim Mulkey was happy with that decision by Day Wilson.
6th board for Kitts. Pow Pow an opening. Largest lead for Carolina at 5. Stolen by Fagan. 2-on-2, great look. Raven Johnson the layup and a steal. Johnson inside. Listen to this place. An 8-0 run for the Gamecocks, and what a scene in Columbia.
I want all of it, yeah.
Just listening to the huddle, what were you hearing?
LSU had an animated huddle. Kim Mulkey is pounding the whiteboard, really getting on her team. Assistant coach Gary Redis yelling at people saying, if you're tired, you have to tell us and you have to come out. They thought that was a sloppy couple of minutes, and it was. Kim Mulkey also really getting on her team right now for settling for jump shots. She's like, we're running well, but you're settling for those high mid-range. Get inside, get to the foul line, and get to the basket just like that.
That's exactly what Morrow did, and a foul on the putback after Wolfenbarger grabbed the rebound for a split second.
So where does Kim Mulkey go when she wants something other than a jump shot? How about Anissa Morrow driving to her strong right side, wasn't able to get it to drop. But Wolfenbarger right there, foul called because she got undercut as she was going up for the O board.
And Rebecca, you've got Day Wilson and Gilbert on the floor at the same time. A smaller backcourt for Kim Mulkey. Anissa Morrow downstairs connects. 8 points, 10 rebounds for 24.
Right now, Morrow and Williams should be your 1, 2, 3, and 4 options if you're LSU. Get them touches.
I was going to say that'll quiet the crowd for a moment. Full Wiley. Williams ahead. That pass was tipped and stolen away by Carolina. Boy, Hall hit the deck. They wanted a foul. Full Wiley clears it out in an offensive foul. Now a punishing finish. That'll be the second personal on Full Wiley. And a timeout on the floor. The lead at 7. LSU gets it back after this. 16 in a row. That goes back to 2012 against LSU.
Just so you know the dominance that we've seen out of South Carolina for the past number of years, and what an incredible home court advantage this certainly is, especially in a game like tonight where 2,000 student tickets sold or given, however it works here. I mean, they have been absolutely remarkable.
They were here an hour before tip-off, wrapped around the outside of the arena multiple hours before this game started. Tigers have it. Williams goes to work, and the turnaround, a contested jumper. Guess what? Morrow, another rebound.
But out of a timeout again, what have we seen from Kim Mulkey? Get it to one of her big guns. The last time it was Morrow. This time it's Williams on the block. Let him try to go to work. Yeah, that was off on Fagan, yeah?
I believe so. 6 rejections so far for the Gamecocks. Lead America in that category. Gilbert's open for a moment, drains the mid-range. A good sign for LSU. 16 in purple needs to heat up.
They're under out-of-bounds percentage in terms of effectiveness. LSU has been really, really good today.
First points off the bench for the Tigers in this game. Gamecocks the most productive bench in America. No surprise there. Morrow clears the rebound.
Where did she come from? She just went and gobbled up that board.
Blew in off the screen. 8 points, 12 boards for Morrow. Gilbert feeling it. Take it again. And Johnson swats it out of bounds. So Johnson comes back in for the Gamecocks. Bree Hall goes out for Dawn Staley. Tessa Johnson, a nice spark in that second quarter. A couple of threes.
She's just kind of calm and sometimes under the radar when she's out there performing offensively. It's not flashy, but it is very effective.
Tigers' best offense tonight has been with the offensive rebounds. 20 so far, and that's off the foot of Wolfenbarger.
Raven Johnson has been really disruptive and really effective. We saw her steal that inbound before timeout a couple times ago to get the bucket. Just act active hands, playing with a lot of energy.
Johnson with 4 steals so far. Gilbert goes back to the bench. Flau'jae Johnson back on the floor. Rebecca, anything you want to see different from Flau'jae? She's been at 13 points, it feels like, for about 8 or 9 minutes of game time and stuck on that number since halftime.
Well, for LSU, you want to get some stops and try to get out in transition. That's where Flau'jae really flourishes.
Full Wiley comes up short. Fagan, another offensive rebound for the Gamecocks. Flau'jae flourishes. I see what you did there. Full Wiley. Full Wiley gets it back under duress. The pump fake down and low for Joyce Edwards.
Really good job gang rebounding that time by South Carolina.
And the lead back to 7. Crowd re-engages. Williams up and under. Blocked by Johnson out of bounds.
Tessa Johnson just effective. And here, great step through by Williams. Johnson just right there. Just taps it, blocks the shot, saves 2. Just kind of understated. Her game is understated, but man, she's good.
Former McDonald's All-American. Those are most of these players on the court tonight. We mentioned Flau'jae. Crossover. Throws it up off the glass. Morrow was fouled on the fall-away. And that'll go on Fagan.
Just, you know, what more Flau'jae Johnson can do. I mean, Joyce Edwards just made her life really, really difficult on that drive and forced her to take a tough shot. Morrow just there for the old board.
Nisa Morrow, leading rebounder in America. Holly, she can do it all for LSU.
You know, and I talked to her today about why is she so resilient and so good. She said, you know, I had 3 surgeries on my knee before I was 13 years old. I had to make a decision at an early age. Do I want to keep playing this sport? Do I love it that much? And the decision was yes. She has come back from all of those odds to become a really great player. Of course, you know, she had to go to a smaller school, DePaul, be a very good player there, and now here she is on the biggest stage. Her work ethic has shown the whole way.
Baseline, pow. Free throws coming for numeral 0, Garnet and White.
That was another instance where Morrow was there, and if she didn't have a couple of fouls, I think would have stepped in and contested that shot more. We've seen her a couple of times this half step away instead of contesting so she doesn't pick up another one. She only has 2. She probably could be a little bit more aggressive right now.
Tahina Pau, 73% at the line. Gamecocks 10 of 11. Make it 11 of 12. And the lead back to 8. And it's getting late in the 3rd quarter in Columbia. Gilbert. 8 blocks now for the Gamecock defense.
Gilbert has made some questionable decisions in the first half and here second. Driving left and going up against formidable shot blockers in South Carolina.
Her and Day Wilson remain in the LSU backcourt. Morrow an anchor inside, looking her direction, and stolen by Full Wiley. Tessa Johnson. Edwards, up and in. The lead grows to 10. And where will the offense come from for LSU? Perhaps Williams. Back iron with a 3. Johnson. Hauls in another rebound for South Carolina. Now Full Wiley. Right off her kneecap and out of bounds.
One of the things that South Carolina post players do really well is run the floor. Joyce Edwards sprinting down, doesn't get the ball. She doesn't stop working. She knows that the ball is going to come off on the opposite side of the rim right there to finish.
LSU with only 41 points tonight. It's a team that is third in America in scoring at almost 91 per game. And the transition buckets, we talked about how to get Flau'jae Johnson more involved for Kim Mulkey's team, have not been there so far in this one.
Look at how physical Hall is being with Flau'jae right now. Did not let her make the Iverson cut over the top.
Now it's Williams back to Morrow. A spin move. The defense too strong by Fagan.
But it was also Hall coming over on the help side.
Inside a foul. Anissa Morrow didn't like the call on Samaya Smith. That's her third.
Bree Hall, you see her on the right side of your screen, just comes in as Morrow makes her move, stops, helps, double teams. She started that possession by bodying up Flau'jae Johnson, not letting her cut over and run the play.
Gamecocks in the bonus the rest of the way. 44 seconds remaining here in our third quarter. One that has been dominated by the nation's #2 team. Edwards will get one more. Dawn Staley. And she has re-energized this team. It was interesting talking with her today. Team's already lost a game. Last year was always the conversation about being undefeated, running the table, and the pressure that came along with that. They hit the reset button after that loss to UCLA. And it's been a different vibe surrounding the program. Taina Paopao even told us, yeah, it was a relief. It's been intense since then. But you get the sense it's been better, at least mentally, with that loss already behind you, instead of all the questions about can you run the table and finish the season undefeated. Shot clock is off. LSU just 11 points in the third. Smacked out of bounds with 3.2.
Really good defense by Michaela Williams, walling up, not letting Hall get an angle to the basket.
Inbounds to Chloe Kitts. Monster step, too strong. That is how our third quarter comes to a close. The Gamecocks outscore LSU 18-11. And coming up, we'll hear from Dawn Staley, the head coach of the Gamecocks. In the paint.
Yeah, they certainly got the looks that they wanted once, whether it was off of drives or delivering the ball inside, getting to the offensive glass as well. And you heard Dawn Staley talking about her team's defense. They have done it without fouling. LSU only 2 for 4 from the free throw line.
And for a team that has had problems scoring points against this Gamecock defense, that has to change in the fourth.
I wonder if LSU might go with some more Michaela Williams as their ball handler, keep it simple, pick and roll with Anissa Morrow. They just have to find a way to get some halfway decent looks.
Only 19 points combined in the last 2 quarters, and Morrow's having to fight for everything for that position inside. And again against Kitts. Flau'jae lost the handle. She'll try to get it back and commits the foul.
So it was an on-ball screen with Morrow, but it was Flau'jae. And South Carolina's done a really good job stifling her when she's tried to ball handle coming off of that screen. There was just hands everywhere.
Johnson with 3 fouls. The lead at 10. She's also been stuck at 13 this entire second half. The majority of it, at least. Now it's Johnson on Johnson, and Tessa underneath the basket outside of Paopao. Michaela Williams, jump shot, lost it. Paopao to Kitts, the skip pass to Hall. And tap to Morrow, she'll rip it away from Chloe Kitts. And they'll say it's a jump ball. And the possession arrow gives it back to South Carolina.
That was a quick jump ball.
It seems like the whistle's been faster at times this year overall, but I agree.
The jump ball whistle or just every whistle?
The jump ball whistle. It's a slippery slope. Traveling. Maybe the ball doesn't lie there for Paopao. Well, how much fun has it been to watch her at Oregon, now in Columbia, and delivering so many big plays. The great personality, her family supporting her, her brother with her for all of these road trips. Scoreless so far in our fourth quarter. Flage with 6 to shoot. The clear out. And now Williams got to go. Contested shot. And a long two is no good.
Start to finish, outstanding defense that entire possession by South Carolina.
I heard Dawn Staley tell Holly that defense has been tremendous so far today. After the rebound and a foul.
There were so many things that South Carolina did on that last possession defensively. First, they don't let Williams post up inside. They don't let Flage do anything with the handle. It was start to finish a 30-second outstanding defensive performance.
Third foul on Morrow. He's trying to find out what happened to that contact lens. So the lead at 10 gives us a moment to remind you, two of the top teams in the Western Conference going to square off at our next ESPN Hockey Night. Golden Knights and the Stars. Dallas Stars tonight at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific here on ESPN. When you hear the music, you know what time it is. Rebecca, you were telling me earlier today, Sanaya Fagan, in the absence of Ashlyn Watkins, her stock really starting to rise. And in terms of draftability, this is a player who could have a long career at the next level.
And you don't have to be a superstar to come in and be a really solid performer for a WNBA team. And I think she just has a skill set where she can help somebody. And Dawn Staley was saying, you know, she can make her teammates better in practice. There's a lot of things that she can do to increase her value in the W.
Kim Mulkey wants to call a timeout. Her team trailing by 11. 2 minutes into the fourth. They'll try to reset it when we come back to Columbia. Close to being finished. Number 7 Houston, 12th ranked KU at 6:30 Eastern in a nightcap with Tennessee and Auburn in a top 10 showdown in the SEC on the men's side. Brock Spencer, the head student manager in the house for the Bayou Bengals.
He's a grad student in his 6th year, so he was here 2 years before even Kim Mulkey got here. We saw Anissa Morrow lose her contact a little earlier. How about Rock? 3 times has had his glasses broken over the years as he's been a practice player. Kim Mulkey said, I'm going to buy you some contact lenses. So he's got his contacts, courtesy of Coach Mulkey.
Rock, paper, scissors going to work, as is the South Carolina defense. Another block inside. And that is now the 10th of this game for LSU. Rebecca, you were talking during the break about how the Gamecocks have been nearly perfect defensively in this second half. To that point, the last LSU field goal in this game came with 4 minutes and change in the third quarter.
Their defense has simply been stifling, and it's little things, not letting players post up, help side coming over. That was Raven Johnson, the guard, who was able to get that block shot. They have been on point, and they can play hard the entire game because of the depth that they have.
81% of their total shots contested by Carolina. Williams, lid remains on, but free throws coming for Michaela Williams for LSU. Chloe Kitts picks up her first foul. And Williams at the line. SEC Freshman of the Year a season ago, the 2-time Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year. And one more coming. Two of two at the line to lead back to 9. And the bounce pass out of bounds. It'll go back to LSU. Holly has been spending time with Dawn Staley over there. An important update for the South Carolina's head coach, Holly.
Well, she continues to make history, signing the most lucrative contract extension in the history of women's basketball. She'll be with the Gamecocks through 2030, $25 million, over $4 million per year, and she deserves it. She told us today a quote that just absolutely gave me chills. Not very many opportunities that women get what they deserve. It's a beacon of hope, and it's okay for administrators to do this for women. I didn't know success had a gender, and I hope that it does not.
Pretty incredible, the success that Dawn Staley has had since she came here and rebuilt this program.
I mean, she really constructed it. Year number 17, the 3 national championships. Another block for Carolina, the 11th of the game. Tumbling out of bounds, it was Tessa Johnson. Wow. Johnson off the cut and the finish. Flage blocked away to Raven Johnson. Euro.
The defense of South Carolina stifling. Incredible block by Tessa Johnson on one end. Then South Carolina goes the other way. And Johnson with the cut and the finish inside. Her numbers have not been gaudy, but she has been terrific and impactful.
4th foul on Flage. On the rebound, she'll have a seat on Kim Mulkey's bench for a minute. Yeah, Tessa Johnson's box score, 7 points, 3 boards. Doesn't begin to tell the story. Joyce Edwards down low. She's now in double figures. And the lead at 13, the largest of this game for the Gamecocks. Williams, in and out. She'll get it back from 15. And finally, a field goal.
And that was the Williams-Morrow pick and roll. Still resulted in a tough shot because South Carolina's defense continues to be on point.
First made field goal in 9 minutes. We're back in 30.
Creates a little bit of contact, spins the other way. The highest scorer on South Carolina is Joyce Edwards with 10. Their highest score is 10. They just have so many players who are contributing.
Everybody else, it seems like, is between 6 and 9. But that's how they do it. You look at the numbers this year, nobody blows you away in terms of their total points per game production. 11 blocks. The defense has been on point. Late whistle, Edwards back to the line.
I don't know how hard that pass was for Raven Johnson to make. The defender is fronting. She throws it, and the only place where Edwards can go get it and have a chance to score.
Her 4th foul, Anissa Morrow. Joyce Edwards.
Post players love a guard who can make a post-entry pass. Watch this. The front is there. There's help side defense, so just throws it where only Joyce Edwards can get it. Outstanding look.
The Gamecocks with less than 5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, starting to seize control in this SEC showdown between 2 top 5 programs. LSU without a loss this year. Certainly being tested, that would be an understatement on the road so far. And Morrow hit the deck. That's going to be a foul on Fagan.
Big physical inside here. Just a lot of body, and then Morrow definitely embellished, but it was a foul.
That's a foul.
That's not a full flop. That's a foul.
Good look to Gilbert, who just checked back in. Missed the layup. Morrow with a putback. So Anissa Morrow, the double-double machine, now with 11 and 13. Her 93rd career double-double. Lead down to 10. Screen for Hall. Fagan. Back to the line. And the 4th foul, Samaya Smith. So Smith has 4. Flage Johnson with 4, and Anissa Morrow also with 4 fouls in this one. It's Anaya Fagan. Back of the line, 10 points, one more free throw. And Rebecca, my question still remains, where will the offense come from for LSU down the stretch, given the defensive tenacity for South Carolina shown?
I think that's Kim Mulkey's question as well.
When you think about what another matchup could look like between these two in Greenville in less than 2 months in the SEC tournament. Here's Day Wilson against Raven Johnson, up and in, and a chance for three. So a spark for a moment by LSU's point guard, transferred from Miami.
South Carolina had stymied the pick and roll earlier in the possession, and so now with the way South Carolina is defending, it just has to be players making plays. And that time, Day Wilson was able to do so.
Day Wilson, a mainstay in Kim Mulkey's starting lineup for most of this season after coming in from Miami. Kim Mulkey told us today, we've got to fight until the bitter end tonight to have a chance. And now faced with a 9-point deficit, less than 4 minutes to go. Johnson to Fagan, and over the back, it was Wolfenbarger. Both teams in the bonus. And Rebecca, the pace of this game in our second half, it's been more of a grinded out affair with free throws galore for South Carolina. And right now, Gamecocks have attempted made 8 more free throws than LSU has attempted, I should say. They've found a way to get to the line with Fagan.
I think they've done a better job of attacking and getting those fouls called.
Joyce Edwards has also been at the stripe 6 times. One more for Fagan now. 3 of 5 at the line. You see the disparity between the two sides. LSU, one of 2 remaining undefeated teams in America, the other UCLA. The only team that has beaten South Carolina this year. Samaya Smith down low.
Nice little one dribble into the paint and then delivering to Smith. When was the last time we saw LSU get an easy shot?
It has not happened in about 3 quarters.
Really good defense by Williams there.
Lead at 8. 7 to shoot. Smith with a steal. And an opening for the Tigers. Well, Gilbert thought about it for a moment. Williams picked up by Hall. Off the screen. Little give and go. Smith. That shot was bothered again. She'll try to save it. Does for a moment, but corralled by the Gamecocks. And ahead. Layup is no good.
Smart play by Tessa Johnson.
Boy, missed opportunity on the empty possession by LSU. A chance to cut it to a 2-possession game. Carolina gets it back and calls a timeout.
I mean, keep in mind, this is an LSU team who has been in this situation before. They have come back from deficits this year to win. They are 5-0 in games decided by 10 or fewer points. But man, you got to finish on plays like that last one.
Flau'jae Johnson checking back in with the 4 fouls. And still with 13 points tonight. Holly, what are we hearing about Flau'jae?
Well, you know, she was really interesting today. She's been working a lot in the offseason with some pretty high-profile training partners, Caitlin Clark and Paige Becker. She said she's learning a ton from Caitlin. One of the tips that's meant the most to her is on playing fast but reading the defense slow, learning how to go a little bit better. And Paige, the tempo and pace that Paige Beckers plays with is teaching her how to be better on that end as well. I love that she is seeking out some of the very best in the game to sharpen her game. And not only that, she's still working on her R&B career. She's got a big single dropping for Valentine's Day. Flaw and B. It's a new R&B melodic melody that will drop for the Valentine lovers out there.
I thought you were going to get a hint of what that sounded like earlier today. I guess that didn't happen.
I'm still waiting.
Like the rest of us.
Well, first of all, I want that to be a 3-on-3 team. Paige, Caitlin, and Flau'jae.
Wow. That would be incredible. Must-see TV. 7 to shoot. The lead at 8. Tessa Johnson. How beautiful was that move?
That kid, she has just made winning plays. Even her decision the last possession to pull the ball out, winning plays.
Crowd on its feet in Columbia. Day Wilson. Anissa Morrow. Yes. Another incredible performance for Anissa Morrow. The double-double, 13 and 15. And a foul on the trip.
Talk about Tessa Johnson making winning plays here. Just patience, balance, elevates, hits. 6-foot-tall guard. And we've seen a lot from her today.
Del Tac. Gamecocks sideline. Tessa Johnson. Well, fun to watch the winning plays, and you heard Ella Megan talking about it at halftime a little bit, the spark that she provided in that second quarter. Really the difference, the end of the half and to start the third, the difference in this game after LSU led by 7 at 20 to 13. Gamecocks went on an 8-0 run and kind of held the Tigers at arm's length since. Two teams that have combined to win the last 3 national championships, putting on a show, but it has been all South Carolina in the second. And Morrow fouled by Kitts. Well, that's the last thing you want if you're South Carolina. The clock stopped and free throws for a team trying to attempt the comeback on the road. Yeah, when Flau'jae and Holly were talking at shoot-around, and Flau'jae just kind of dropped it in casually. I'll let you have a listen to the preview of the upcoming album. I thought we were going to hear it right there. We're still waiting.
She doesn't trust you. She doesn't trust me. She trusts Holly.
And now 93 double-doubles. All alone in second place, only trailing Courtney Paris from Oklahoma. Rebecca, you asked about the number pregame. How many total games has she played in? It's 123. Out of those 123 games between DePaul and LSU, 93 double-doubles.
75% of the time she's on the floor, she gets double-double.
Gamecocks, search of a bucket. And Morrow, jump ball, gives it back to LSU. So an opening with less than 90 seconds to go, down by 7.
That was another quick jump ball.
I told you, it's been quick.
Morrow just in there competing, Johnson as well. This game is far from over here.
Do they need a 3? Too early for that?
No, they just need a score, a good possession.
Williams on Johnson, around the screen, and penetrating inside, in and out. And another jump ball. The arrow gives it back to the Gamecocks.
That one definitely was a jump ball. I mean, how many times have we seen, though, LSU get inside and have a ball spin around the rim and pop right back out? That would have been a big bucket cutting into 5.
And 2 possessions in the last minute, ending in the paint.
Extending their full court pressure now, trying to speed up South Carolina, maybe get a turnover.
Under a minute to go, the shot clock at 17. Raven Johnson will slow it down. And Morrow with the foul. That's her 5th with the timer at 7.
She was not trying to foul. That looked just like a simple poke from behind. I didn't think there was enough contact there to call a foul.
And her evening comes to a close with her team down 7. In and out with a free throw by Raven Johnson.
See, get a look from behind here. No, that's not a foul. That's not a foul. LSU has to box out here.
Lead back to 8. And LSU will call a timeout. (64-56), 46.3 seconds to go. And Rebecca, it feels like the Tigers have had opportunities in these last 2 minutes and change on offense, but again, South Carolina defensively, the Clamps have been down, and it's a team that averages 91 points per game this year. Their season low is 68. At 56.
And now they're going to have to go quickly. You don't have to look for a 3 necessarily, but you do have to go quickly. I'd look to get the ball into Michaela Williams, let her drive, see if she can get a touch in the paint and finish, and then you got to play the foul game.
You know, so many possessions, the Gamecocks have been just about perfect with their defense.
It's been elite effort and execution to their game plan, and it's been a team effort. They've had active hands, active feet, players coming over on the help side, and we get to see these beautiful block shots, but it's about so much more than that. Possession to possession, denying passes, not letting players post up inside. They worked a lot this morning in shoot-around on how they were going to defend, and the players were clearly paying attention and have executed really beautifully here today in this game. LSU has 56 points. Average 90 on the season.
And South Carolina on the verge of winning its 69th game in a row here at Colonial Life Arena. The last loss way back in 2020. And continuing this incredible season after that early loss to UCLA. Johnson in and out. And another foul after the rebound was grabbed by the Gamecocks. And let's see, a timeout will be called.
Johnson around and out. Again, how many times has LSU had the ball just burp out of the basket? So instead of Michaela Williams getting the ISO and driving to the basket, it's Flau'jae Johnson. You like her going right. Good defense, doesn't get anything easy. That's what you want to do if you're South Carolina. Force a tough shot. They did. Then corral the defensive board. They did.
Well, you look at some of the numbers from this game, and people are going to be talking about this matchup really until the end of the season. LSU tonight, 11 of 29, not from the field, not from 3, not with a mid-range. 11 of 29 with their layups. Missed 18 shots right there at point-blank range.
South Carolina is one of the best at defending in the arc area, but still.
So no foul before the timeout. And Tessa Johnson will be picked up by Miracle Shepherd, who just checked in. And so far, they're choosing not to extend this when they'll play out the possession. And a little surprised we're not seeing the foul.
Yes, I'm surprised they didn't foul right away.
Don Staley says, let's run our offense. Johnson on Williams. Great look to Edwards. And that will just about do it. (66-56) will be our final score in Columbia. The Gamecocks remain undefeated in the SEC, 19-1 overall, and LSU